Told y'all this was a movement. Taking over our ways. You dig? Banked out. Banked out. Banked out. Banked out. Banked out. East to west, we getting banked out. North to south, we getting banked out. Worldwide, we getting banked out. Yeah. One time for the team that's gon' hustle for the green. All we know is grind till the dough come. This the Bang Dot Radio Show. We controlling the globe, but we second to no one. Every time we emerge, we putting that work in. Bang Dot do it for the culture, putting on for the city that's 24/7. And we showing love like we supposed to. And we keep making moves by coastal. None of those suckers didn't believe, but I told you. Bang Dot about to be your household name. And Bang Dot mean when you pop more change. You don't even know just how I really get. You're rocking with the best, so tune in when you better be. Plus you're getting fancy like Nancy on every single day of the week. And chopping game like a Cherokee. Ballin' like Odell, tryna step more meal. Networking every way, it's about to be a movie. Gotta go big, it's the only way to do it. It's a conglomerate, we getting to it. Plus we got heat for the streets while you puffin' on the cook shop leaf. Riding out on the interstate, we got indies and majors. We international players, all about getting paid. Make sure to tune in and tap in with the movement, cause it's about to go down. Shout out Discover this, captain of the mothership. If you ain't know, then you know now. We about to get bang down. Bang Dot Radio Show.
I can't stand you sometimes.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? I'ma get it, you know I be on the what? Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this at all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first. Checks big and I'm sure that hurts. But it's checkmate, we ain't selling short, no the work. Ain't nowhere to hide.
Alright y'all, we're tuned in for another episode of Bang Dot Radio Show. I'm your host and I'm here on location at Hailey's Lounge with owner, proprietor, Mario Guzman Soriano. Soriano, okay. I just don't, I like that. It's like it flows.
It flows, yeah.
Guzman Soriano. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. Mario, for everybody out there is gonna be watching this interview. When did you found Hailey's Lounge?
It was found in 2020.
Okay, so during the pandemic.
Yeah, during the pandemic, and you know, it was something we wanted to get into, and it was. I guess it just rang. There was time to just get it started.
Okay, so this is a lounge, so like a bar. You know, you have a cigar. I guess. But technically, what do you call that area?
That's a cigar lounge.
Okay, so a cigar lounge inside of the lounge.
Yeah.
You serve alcohol here, where people come in, you know, and just relax. That's the vibe again from it. But why like start a bar?
Well, the thing is that I looked around and I went to a few places and I just wanted, and I saw the need for it for the kind of the more mature crowd, that they just want to come and have conversation.
Yeah.
And without all that disturbance. I'm not saying that that's not around, but they just wanted something comfortable. And people at work, you know, people that I talked to says, we need something. And they you know, places I went to, and I told them about my ideas, and says, well, you need to do it because we need something around, you know, and they people kind of pushed me to move faster and also pick the area.
Yeah. Okay, so definitely I didn't know what they were going to do with this area over here, because I freaking Ingleside every now and then. Like, I'm familiar with the garden spot. I'm familiar with the pizza place and the food down there too. What is that?
The Caribbean.
Yeah. Eaten there plenty of times over the years. So like, why this particular area? And you know, who do you say you want to really cater to?
I want to cater to the kind of the mature crowd, the you know, the people that want to just come and relax. You know, it's catered to everybody, but people that want to just have and be comfortable and says, hey, I'm comfortable, and it's not a lot of traffic. And not the traffic, even the traffic that I've been having in the last couple of days has been amazing, because they love the vibe they get from here.
Yeah, like I said, like when you walk into it, it's comfortable, right? And to me, it feels like it's designed for an intimate setting.
Oh yeah.
Right. So conversations, like you said, is not too. You know, like how you can walk into some establishments and just too much going on.
Yes.
So your eyeballs are just fixed on everything. Everything's laid out nice and neat. You don't have too many TVs or anything like that, so it's not a distraction. So to me, it reminds me of a situation like Cheers. I don't know if you saw that TV show, where you actually come in and you go to the bar just so you can unwind. But it's the point about like you can do stuff, but it's about having those conversations, because I think we've gotten away from like just being social creatures, because that's our nature.
Talking about their careers, or talking about football game, basketball games. You know, I got a lot of close friends. You know, and they just, a lot of people just want to sit and smoke a fine cigar and be private, because that's probably, they don't smoke out here, but they're smoking there. But they just have that close conversation. Like Friday, there was about 6 people in there, you know, and they were just having a hell. I mean, yeah, they just said we gonna stay for a little bit, and they stayed all night. Yeah,
but that's compliments to what you got going here, though, and because it's about the experience and the vibe.
And really, I did, like I told them, I said, hey, it's not about drinking. There's people, you know, like last night they were drinking Coke. You know, they had a food truck outside. They were buying it, came out here, and they had a good time. You know, yes, I have liquor, but the main my main goal is people to come and have a comfortable time.
Yeah, like you said, like in the name, lounge, to come somewhere for a specific amount of time and just to be comfortable in doing it. So you started in 2020. How has it been since then, as far as like, you know, generating interest in people coming in and knowing that you're here?
It's been you know, it's been really good. People have been waiting for it, because I kind of drug my feet a lot. A lot of red tape that I had to go through. You know, because I didn't want to start a business without having all my ducks in a row for my health, you know, the health department, my liquor license, my tobacco license, everything that makes it flow, even the POS system. Now, I don't want to run a regular cashier. I want to make sure I run a smooth, and people feel comfortable when, if they pay cash or they pay with their card, that they're secured. You know, so it's been challenging, but it's been wonderful. You know, and I think, I mean, I think it's growing. I think you know, I'm getting a lot of mixed crowd. You know, I had a crowd on Saturday, and they was probably till the end of the night, and one of the guys, the Hispanic, said, "Do you got Spanish music?" I said, "Yes." So I played it. They danced for an hour. Him and his wife, you know, they don't go out a lot. They got 4 kids, 5 kids.
Oh no, I know how that is. My wife and I, we have 8.
Okay.
So we don't get to go out and enjoy ourselves a whole lot or whatever. So to be able to do that in a place where you're comfortable and you ain't got to worry about anything, I'm like, that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because our time is very, you know what I'm saying, centered around them, and I'm like, there's not a whole lot of people who want to watch 8 kids anyway, and you can't just let everybody watch your kids. I'm like, they don't have the same values and stuff.
Exactly.
So it's dope that you're able to provide that environment. So this isn't your first business venture that you've done. So let's dive into what you were telling me earlier about, you know, your previous adventures. And you say, you know what I'm saying, they were failings, but I look at them as learned lessons. Because to me, the definition of failure is not trying. The fact that you actually tried in those other ventures mean that, you know what I'm saying, you were successful, you just didn't hit the markers that you were going for.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, because I had a used car lot in California, you know. So and same thing with a car wash, and the denominator with that was you know, I have partners, and I kind of didn't show a lot of presence. Okay. That's what I learned from that. That you also have to be involved. If you're putting your money in it, you got to watch your money. Yeah. You know, driving, you know, used car lot, you know, I had, and you know, and traveling, and having it in California, now watching what funds is coming in, what's going out, and me being young and say, okay, I own a car, I drive a nice car, but I'm not watching my money.
Yeah.
So same thing with the car wash, and I learned from those experiences, like you said, that this one here is just everything that was done was between me and my wife. We didn't ask for the banks. We actually saved for this. We've been saving to open this up for 20 years.
That's what's up. But I'm like, it gives you that sense of accomplishment. It gives you that sense of, okay, you learned from what your past experiences, and you can control everything without having to, give over that power to anyone else. And to me, I tell people that's the greatest feeling ever, is knowing that you have a vision for something and able to finance that vision without anybody's else distraction from anyone else. And sometimes, people, they can't see your vision for you.
No,
because it's your vision.
Exactly.
They have to just wait until you get there to be able to see it. So what were some of the, because a lot of people, when they open businesses, they don't understand, especially when it's brick and mortar, right? So like, take us through the process of like, the health department, was that a tedious process for you, getting a liquor license, tobacco license, all that?
It was a lot of paperwork and a lot of back and forth and a lot of inspection. Like, you get the building, and I thought the building was going to be pretty simple for the fire department to come down, and they did till they got to a section and said, whoa, we got a problem. You need the help now. You need the building, the planning, zoning to come out here and tell us what we need. So now I need construction. So now my budget is different.
Yeah.
So that was the process, and as you know, we were trying to do this during the COVID-19. So a lot of the state and federal, facilities that help supports were closed. Everything was done online. They come, but it was, you got to get your building, the right building, make sure. I mean, I learned now, I know exactly what needs to happen and the process. I can't take away from the health department. That group over there has been very helpful. Very helpful, and I mean, through the process and helping me along. So most people, it takes them a while to be approved and pass inspection. They came in here and then told me what I needed to do. I fixed it. I called them back, made an appointment, came back. And the thing was that they did. What I liked about them was that I had 3 items. Even though I had 3 items, they went through the whole process again. Inspect everything again. So it was a lot of downtime. Getting the building permit to put a dividing wall, that's real critical, fireproof wall. And believe it or not, if the fire department don't sign off, the zoning department don't sign off, the health department don't sign off, the business license, so everything flows in. Alcohol license was more of, it was okay to, it was really to submit the application and really and pass your background check and make sure everything's and then make sure you have you're able to hold the license. And one thing is understanding what license you need, because there's different kind of licenses for different beverages you drink. So I decided I'm going all out. Some people just want to get the beer,
or they'll get the wine.
I want all 3 of them. All 3 of them, and I budget. The thing is, I also set a budget for this place. The money that me and my wife, we budget what we wanted to spend, and we came below budget.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because a lot of the work you see was really was done by me or some friends. We didn't hire a contractor. We did hire for some of the stuff that they told us to do, but miscellaneous stuff we went and did a lot of it.
That's what's up. So like, did you do like a grand opening? No,
we haven't. We've been doing a soft opening. I'm trying to get the feel and seeing what the crowd likes.
Okay.
Because I got all this special liquor that they drink. So I've been getting lists of what they need. So I want to make sure I accommodate them. And it's been really good. I mean, I'm getting a lot of feedback. So I'm trying to stack the bar with the needs of the community.
So when do you plan on like doing like a grand opening?
I'm thinking of a grand opening. I'm trying to do one in April, May time frame. Get everybody, because one thing is I would like my family to be here. You know, this is just not Mario's. This is my wife's, my son, my daughter named Hailey.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was. They had to be like a family member or something like that.
Yeah,
so.
we got a good. We and her have a good relationship. So I named it after her, and you know she's in Utah. She works for a big company, but she spends time and she gives a lot of ideas. She's been pushing a lot of the Instagram, like my Facebook. She's been doing that for that.
That's what I was actually going to get into, like, you know, knowing, you know what I'm saying, you had to do all of this, then who's handling the other side as far as like the Instagrams, the social media, just letting people know the presence of it, and because that in itself is a full-time job. I don't think people realize, like, taking on a business idea and, you know, getting it to the point to where it's tangible. I'm like, you have all the business stuff, so you got the operational things, you got the whether or not you're gonna be physical or online, whatever the case may be. You got your inventory, your goods, or the services you're gonna offer. Then there's a whole nother thing where you actually got to push the business.
Exactly.
And that's full time into itself.
And that's what we're doing right now, pushing it to so we could build up to a grand opening. Like today is probably going to be a good night. We had a good night last Friday, Saturday. You know, we've been open all this week. We've been having people come in. You know, last night was a pretty good crowd. You know, didn't expect it, but it is coming. You know, people are getting to know us out here a little bit and driving by and seeing the, you know, and just people just meeting people. And one thing that I love to do, my wife said, is you gotta do good because you like to talk to people.
Yeah, well, actually, you know, I tell people all the time, if you can sell to people, or you can just have a conversation, you can actually sell without selling. And that's the thing, you know, if you're a people person, people gravitate towards that because they want someone to listen to them and they want feedback.
Exactly. Because my friends come in, but they know, and I see a new client, I see a new person come in, I'm gonna come and talk to them. I want to know where they're from. I want to know what they like, what they don't like, you know. Introduce myself to them. You know, and tell them what I'm about.
So what's been everybody's reaction that has come into this establishment so far?
Man, they have given a lot of positive. Man, they're like, man, this is cozy. This is good. Like you said, it was not, you know, you don't have to wander around.
No, you don't.
No. So you could actually sit here, like a couple that came in Friday, they were actually came and sat and had a conversation. You know, they said they wanted a place that him and his wife could talk some stuff out, and they did that. You know, and it's like we did that. We were able to have a couple of drinks and talk about some stuff and not worry about that somebody's watching us. So, and being safe, you know. So I'm totally towards everybody coming to the Hailey's Lounge and feeling safe and secure.
So what's your goals for, like, you know, the rest of the year and like moving forward since you have this? My goal is continue building on Hailey's Lounge, and probably in 2023, like June or July, moving downtown. Okay. Keeping this place here, you know, because I own a couple of buildings, and I want to make sure that I utilize them to my best of my ability. So right now, start small, you know, and still continue to have this one here. But my goal is move to downtown and really have a big place, and have the top floor to be all pool tables. Okay. I build it, and then downstairs will be your restaurant and your restaurant and your bar, but upstairs will be just pool. A lot of pool tables will have tournaments. So it sounds like, you know, you're building a model for, like, you know, that's going to surpass yourself as far as, you know, bring something that has longevity, and also building generational wealth. Is that something that's important to you?
Yes, it is, and really to me that I could leave something to my kids. Because I know my daughter, as soon as it gets going, she's already working on what her plans is to come to Georgia and run it.
Yeah. That's what's up. So I love that. I love the fact that, you know, you've done that. Did you come from a family of, like, you know, where your parents were entrepreneurs? Yeah, my dad and my mom both businesses. You know, they own business for a long time. As a matter of fact, I was born in the islands, Dominican Republic, and my dad in Dominican Republic, he was one of the main founders of. You guys call it money exchange. We call it Casa de Cambio.
Okay. That was his business. And my mom was mostly just little small things like little toy stores and clothing stores and stuff. And you know, and it came a time that they brought their family to New York. You know, and my mom did her stuff and opened up a, you know, for them not knowing English or speaking English, they're broken up a little bit. They did very well in the States and were able to maneuver because they were born with that business mind frame. So I learned a lot from my dad. I learned a lot from my mom, and my dad taught me a lot. You know, treat people how you want to be treated, and those customers, those workers are my family. And I'll tell you something real quick. My dad fired me because I was misusing that you know, my dad owns this place here. I do what I want. Yeah. And they gave me a warning, and they said, you know, the manager came down and said, your dad said he's not going to give you no more chances. It's up to me. So they fired me. I said, this is my dad. I went to my dad and says, the manager runs that place out there. You need to go to the house and we'll talk. Yeah. So I went to the house and he said, you need to call him back and says, you got to do right. If you go do right, he'll find a place for you, which he did. But the worst place. They gave me the dirtiest job. Yeah. But I had a comfortable job.
That's to build character though, because I think, you know, that sense of entitlement.
Oh yeah.
I tell my kids about this all the time because they see me and my wife are doing so much stuff, and like I said, I have multiple businesses, and as we keep continuing to push them and grow them, I tell them all the time, one of y'all gonna have to like eventually take over this stuff. But don't feel entitled, because just because you're my blood and my child doesn't mean that I won't put the best person in position, and then you have to work for them. And you know, I see where, you know, because if you look at statistics in the United States, when someone starts a business and it becomes successful, the second or third generation is gone, especially in the black community. By then, it doesn't survive that. But you have all these other, like, there's vineyards out in California where, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 generations.
Yes, that's correct.
And I'm like, we have to take on, you know what I'm saying, a different mindset of, you know, appreciating what our parents built for us, and then taking it to the next level and staying consistent with, you know, the values that were created for that particular brand and business.
Oh yeah, it's been those taught me those lessons that I learned, and as being working for my dad and being around him taught me a lot. And I, you know, and it was so warm to see that when my dad died and we had his funeral, they all flew to see him, you know, see him off.
That's dope.
No, so my dad and my mom, you know, both of them are business minded. My mom is like a I call her like a Don King. Yeah. Friend of mine, she runs that kind of. I wasn't scared of my dad, but I was scared of my mom in business. Because I could smooth my dad out, but my mom was not a person. Mind calculations, she knows everything. So I was like, man, do I want to do business? No, I never did business with her because I know how sharp she was.
Yeah, but you know, you need someone to keep you on your toes and stuff, and someone that can actually show you, because it can be hard out here. And like, you know, they say statistically, businesses, you know, fail within like 5 years. There's a 60% chance. Now, what I do know as a business major, and you know, someone who's been doing business, like I said, since 2005, those numbers are actually underreported as far as they don't report anyone who has a business but they have a full-time job funding that business. Those people are not counted in that stat. So it would actually drop that 60%.
60%.
It would actually drop it. But they don't tell you that though. Like they have all these scare tactics and stuff. Like they don't want certain people to start businesses or whatever the case. And I think, you know, COVID has actually shown people, the pandemic, that, you know, at a certain point people are expendable with working at a corporation. So I'm glad that, you know, people jump out there and start businesses, but at the same time, I want the right people to start businesses who have that desire, who feel that, you know, they can do something that's better than what they're working for with someone else.
But another thing is not living out of your means.
Yes.
You know, I don't need a Mercedes to be parked out there. Yeah. I'm good.
Exactly.
You know? And my dad taught me that. My dad said, hey, you buy a you buy a lot of watches, Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need them?
Mm-hmm.
You got one.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can tell the time is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, just buy what your needs are. And he taught me that a lot. He says, I used to buy, I believe me, I was probably one of the worst in my family to buy out of my means.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but me right now, I've learned that after I passed away, and I started putting my minds together, and a little bit of money he left me, I was like, everything started clicking to me what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I started being successful then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and I had a full-time job, even though, like you said, I had a full-time job, but I was still spending my full-time money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. You know, keep it with the Joneses, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just societal pressure to be able to. I'm like, no, I tell people all the time, I don't like spending money. The only time I'll spend money on like new business ideas and stuff like that, knowing that that money will seed, and if pushed correctly, it will flourish. But as far as just consuming stuff, I'm like, no, I try to do the bare minimum.
Yeah. I do too. I try to just, I don't live in a big house, but it's mine, it's paid for. My bills are paid for. I got a bed to sleep in, so I'm comfortable there.
Yeah.
I don't need 10 bathrooms when I'm gonna go to use one.
Exactly. And then what they say, like people with the big houses where they don't have like the big families or anything. I'm like, you can only sleep in one bed.
One bed, one bathroom, one kitchen.
Yeah. I'm like, so yeah. So I've enjoyed this. I appreciate Brandy calling me because I like to find new businesses and help push them. And like I said, I love the aesthetics in here, so I definitely want to see you grow and people support. As far as the cigar lounge, what can people who like to smoke cigars expect?
Cigars, all the cigars, most of the cigars, 90% of my cigars are home roll.
Oh, wow.
And I even got my own little brand out of the islands, all Dominican leaves. But I try to cater to home roll cigars, not factory rolls that can tell the difference, and make sure they got a good hang time, a good smoke on it, and a good aroma that people like and says, I like that cigar. Because some people like, and also not pricey, average pricing. Even though some of the cigars are overpriced, and they're overpriced because they ship them from different places, so they jack the prices up because you can't get them all the time here.
Yeah.
But don't most of your cigars, good leaves, come out of Dominican Republic or Cuba, and they're the same leaves really, but they just like Cuban cigars. Like the only reason is you can't import them here.
Yeah.
So the price when you do get them, which I do got some, they jack them up.
Yeah.
So I also tell people, I challenge them. I said, tell me the difference between this Cuban and my cigar. They're the same leaves. So, and like Brandy she did an excellent job last night. That's the first night by herself. And she's a go-getter. She went and got her all the requirement license and worked her boy last night.
That's what's up.
Yeah, she did good. She did good. She was nervous at the beginning.
Yeah.
But she came up like a superstar.
Yeah. But people, they need to bring themselves in and like develop that confidence and things of that nature. So what are like hours of operation right now?
Right now we're gonna be open 7 days a week to promote it.
Okay.
Monday to Wednesday we're opening up from 6 to 10.
Okay.
And then on Thursday it'll be 6 to 12.
Okay.
On Friday we're gonna open up at 6, and Friday and Saturday is gonna be until. Like 6 until, and it's between, but cannot pass the legal time to shut down, which is at 1:30. We gonna call last call.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Sunday we'll come in and watch some games, and again it'll be from 6 to 10 o'clock, and see what the crowd's feeling.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, like I said, I appreciate the time, appreciate the experience, and coming here. Where do you want people to learn more about Hailey's Lounge? Where do they need to go?
They need to go, if you go to Facebook, there's a Hailey's Lounge website, there's a Facebook account, also on Twitter. All you have to do is put Hailey's Lounge, Macon, Georgia, and you'll find it. And there's pictures if you want to come and visit, you want to post, those two are up and running.
Okay. Well, there y'all have it. Hailey's Lounge. Go follow, come check out the new spot here on Ingleside. What's the address here?
It's 2308 Ingleside Avenue.
2308 Ingleside Avenue. And I'm gonna get some footage for y'all just so you know what the inside looks like. Mario, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Man, thank you.